From his earliest days, Ben Bernstein seemed to be looking for a challenge, ready to go, and he never seemed to stop striving and achieving. At 17, young Ben, already an Eagle Scout and youth leader, graduated from Walnut Hills College Preparatory School and entered the University of Cincinnati. He's been ahead of his time ever since. In 1941, Ben was off to war, but not before he had married his college sweetheart, Shirley. As he did throughout his life, Ben pursued victory, in this case from North Africa, through Italy and France and Germany, before returning home in 1945. Over the next 15 years, Ben faced one of his biggest struggles. He worked in the family clothing business, manufacturing and selling women's dresses and parochial school uniforms. Ben often said, with a touch of regret in his winning smile, "I hated every minute of it." Ben catapulted from the clothing business in 1962 and never looked back. Listen to this. For 5 years, Ben served the U.S. State Department as project director of a Peace Corps project, helping the Indian population of Ecuador to organize and build their arts, crafts, and cottage industries into established business enterprises with both internal and external markets. Ben's vision of this future took shape and his energy took hold. So successful was his work that the programs he began almost 30 years ago are still viable in those faraway countries today. But even more, so warm and caring was this gentle, compassionate human being from the United States that still today the Bernstein family has close ties of friendship and love with people their lives touched in South America. But Ben had just begun his creating of visions and bringing them to reality. Ben and his family, Shirley, Linda, Jim, and Alan, returned to Cincinnati in 1968, and without missing a beat, he purchased the Isle of Capri restaurant in Southgate, Kentucky, changed the name to El Greco, and started one of our area's most amazing business success stories. From the vantage points of his restaurant in Kentucky and his home in Cincinnati, Ben's vision focused in on the Ohio. Ben did not see a flood of separation between communities. He saw a stream of opportunity for us all. He was again ahead of his time, and he again led the way to the future. In 1977, he purchased the Mike Fink and began forming with the sheer strength of his own confidence and energy what has become the most dynamic dining, entertainment, recreational area in this part of the country, the Ohio River Harbor of Greater Cincinnati. It is virtually the hub of our industry, and we stand in awe of the man who first saw it and made it happen. Ben's Ohio River success story next added BB River Boats, working with another of the great people who have graced our industry, Betty Blake. By now, the Ben Bernstein energy machine had been formalized into Benson's Incorporated, with Ben and his sons Jim and Alan working every step of the way with their wives Shirley, Barbara, and Mary. The BB fleet grew. Benson's Catering was started in 1982, and the main reason was that Ben wanted a way to keep his BB Riverboats employees working all year round. Again, his caring for people drove his vision for another project, and his energy made it work. What a combination. In 1985, Ben's vision saw opportunity in the Garfield Place area of downtown Cincinnati, and he responded with Shirley's Sidewalk Cafe and Benjamin's Restaurants, unfortunately too far ahead of their time. The family added Crockett's Restaurant in 1986. It was about the same time that Ben began his crowning achievement, Covington Landing. If his vision for Covington Landing needed any encouragement, it came in October 1988 when Tall Stacks proclaimed a new era of excitement for the modern Ohio River. We will always remember the hundreds of thousands of people who crowded the riverfront with enthusiasm and wonder. And part of that remembrance will be of Ben and Alan, who first suggested the Tall Stacks concept, and all the Bernstein family who helped make it happen. Ben's dream of Covington Landing was accomplished when it opened in August 1990. Ben Bernstein's life and work have not gone unrecognized. In 1984, he was honored by UC for contributing his extensive collection of pre-Columbian art to the college library. In 1985, he was named Businessman of the Year for the state of Kentucky by the U.S. Small Business Administration. In 1990, he was presented the Man of the Year Award by the Sales and Marketing Executives of Greater Cincinnati. In 1991, he was saluted as Mr. Cincinnati, Mr. Covington, and one of 3 Alumni of the Year from the University of Cincinnati. It is with great pride that we today recognize Ben Bernstein with our Spirit of Cincinnati Ambassador Award, with a commitment that his vision will be our motivation for the future, his energy, our strength to achieve success, and his compassion and caring for others, will be the true measure of our accomplishments.